You have been involved with a number of different organizations in the region and in Lebanon that is working in this interfaith way. Could you share with us a little bit out of that experience that's built on these biblical principles that you've been sharing with us? How have you found it to be to live into those principles?
First of all, there is no other way than building bridges. If we don't build bridges, then we all get drawn under the water. So we need to build bridges. There's no way out. The other thing we should remember, by building bridges, we're not losing our own identity, but we're being faithful to our own identity. So we should not have fear that we will lose our faith because we are building bridges with the other. Third thing, by building bridges with the other, we're not called to just say life is rosy, everything is nice, or just, avoid difficult issues. No, it's not about that. We should be faithful to whom we are. I should say that's what we believe in. And what you believe in is that we disagree here, we agree there, but also we should allow the other to tell us whom they are.
Yes.
Because it's very easy for us to tell them whom they are. And we get very upset when someone does the same to us. But it's very okay for us to do that. And you know, it's very easy to just generalize all Americans, all Middle Easterners, all Protestant, all I don't know what, all Sunnites.
Yes.
It's not true. Even in the same family, people differ within the same small family. Besides, we always had these experiences that I went through with those big organizations or small encounters, whatever. We always did it with the good intention of being ready to discover also something about ourselves through the encounter with the other. And that's something very important. So you're not going there to show the other whom you are. You're going there to learn from the other who is the other, but also whom you are to yourself. And by doing that, the other is also discovering you, and the process goes on. For me, with time, I discovered that we come to the whole issue from different perspectives, Christians and Muslims, for example. But we make mistakes by trying to pretend that we come with the same perspective. So let me say that. For Islam, the word of God that comes from heaven is Quran, is the book. For us, the word of God that comes from heaven is Jesus. It's not a book. Here in the Middle East, because we want to talk similar languages, we lose that and we start to compare the Bible with the Quran, and which is wrong. We use verses. We try to present our faith without being shy about whom we are, but with respecting that the others cannot share it fully. If they share it fully, they will become Christians. They don't need to become Muslims, stay Muslim. Our hope from this encounter is that we become better Christians, they become better Muslims, but together we become better citizens. And for me, that's the highest goal of those encounters, that we both become better citizens. That's the highest intention of the schools of refugees for me also. We help those kids to become better humans, better citizens in the future.
It's not about conversion in terms of what the work, the why you're doing the work.
We're doing the work that they experience God's love. If that leads them to convert, it's good. If not, it's also good. If becoming Christians will lead them to become worse citizens, then we have failed. Then we have failed. If that will help them to become better citizens, then it's very good. But we should remember that God is not Christian. God is not Presbyterian. We are followers of God. It's not God who is follower of us. And I believe that salvation is through Christ alone, but not through Christianity alone. It's Christ, it's God. It's bigger than our understanding of God. So we're called to share our faith, our experience, and be faithful to that, but allow the other also to share their own side. And let me tell you, when people have bad images about us, many times it's because of us. Sometimes it's not because of us, but many times it's because of us. So we have to have this self-criticism first before criticizing the others of their bad image of us. But when we have bad image about the others, we have to ask ourselves, did we really allow the others to present themselves to us?
Yeah.
How can we judge whom we don't know?
Have we been willing to listen? Have we been willing
When
to...
Jesus met the Samaritan woman on the well, he says to her, if you knew whom you're talking to, I always like this. If you really know whom you're talking to, you would have had a totally different attitude. So it's a challenge to us. Do we know really whom we are talking to or about before saying easily what we say of judgment or negative attitudes or whatever?